I feel I can understand some of the problems of access to transportation from my early years growing up on a farm. I felt isolated and separated from my community. My mother did not drive, and my dad could not interrupt his farm chores to make additional trips into town. And since I did not have access to transportation, I waited 10 years before I could learn how to swim or play a musical instrument. I did not expect that public transit could be an answer for me those many years ago in the rural areas, but it helps me to understand a very important value. Access to transportation determines choices, opportunities, and for many, it's the key to survival. We need to provide stable and sufficient funding for our state's public transit systems.
We don't nearly have enough funding to maintain our roads, let alone rebuild them. We have one large farm in our town and milks about 1,200 cows, and he told the town board that he has 10,000 quad-axle trucks and semis that go up and down the road in a year's time. To rebuild that road, to maintain that kind of weight and repetitious trips, it costs us over $400,000 per mile. Some towns are already going back or thinking about going back to gravel. That, to me, is taking a step backwards. If they don't have a solid base under that road when they go back to gravel in the spring of the year when the frost comes out, those milk semis are going to get stuck and they won't get their product to market.
We have no money to even maintain our roads. We met with the local legislators, suggested increase in license registration fees compared to other states were way low, and wheel tax, sales tax, to name a few, and it's taken very coldly. My suggestion is to change the general transportation aids distribution. Presently, there's more than 50% of Wisconsin roads are rural, and we get approximately 4% of the aids. I've put a number of my roads down to Class B highways to keep the traffic off. I'm tempted to try and raise the levy limits in my town to generate some money. I'd like to blacktop 1 mile of road per year, which would put me roughly on a 50-year program. Right now, there is no program.